Now, crafting the story, you know, I put this pottery image here primarily because it's to do with practice. You got to get comfortable by doing it, iterations. It's a different way of communicating. And, you know, for some leaders, it's interesting, you get them over the line when, you know, they share a response story in this new way and they see the engagement that they get, right? And it's kind of blows them away that all of a sudden it goes from people just going back to their desk saying nothing to people coming up and asking questions and, you know, sort of being engaged through the process. And that's what you're after. So I guess and a lot of you would have seen this framework, but I just want to put it in here quickly to remind us all that you don't get this benefit of people drawing it in, pulling it in, unless you're actually telling a story, right? And so we got to get really good at knowing what a story is. I know, guys, those who have gone through it, you're thinking, oh my God, he's talking about spotting stories again. But this is like core foundation stuff. So let me just quickly go through it. We know that stories nearly always start with a time marker, right? As soon as you hear someone say, oh yeah, just the other day, or, you know, a number of months ago, or in March, right? As soon as you hear that, good chance you're about to hear a story, right? Or someone might say, you know, we're in the boardroom and Paul walked in. That's the beginning of the story. The other thing is stories are all about events. It's not about opinions. It's not about viewpoints. It's about this happened and that happened and this happened. And humans are very good at working out the causal connections around the things that actually happened. And that answers the why question for us. Oh, I see, that's why it happened, right? Because of these events occurred. So we've got to be thinking in events. And when we do our activity a bit later, I want you to be thinking about events, things that happened. And then finally, oh, not finally, but one more thing, and that is stories are always about, well, business stories are about people. You know, generally they're about characters, but for business stories, they're about people doing things and saying things, right? You know, dialogue is a great indicator that you've got a story on your hand. You can't deliver dialogue unless you're inside a story, right? And then finally, it's only when you share something which is unanticipated that it moves from, if you like, just a basic series of facts or series of events into something that's a story, right? And then finally, if you like, it becomes a business story when you have a business point, right? So that's our framework. You'll see it in all sorts of places on the Anecdote website.